Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Arunachala Shiva, Jai Mahadev. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Rama Ki Jai. Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate 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 Shri Ramanaya. Om Shri Ramanaya. Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Namaste, everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Mujiji ki Jai. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're in the Hangout, the way to ask questions is to unmute your mic and to start speaking when it is appropriate. And on YouTube chat, you can post your questions over there and we will look at them. Can you turn this fan off? Because there are no lights, so we might. This one, that one. One second. I'll pick this.
It's burning. It's like the mind is. We went home hunting yesterday, and it probably will be really far out from here. I mean, it's just an idea right now. You never know how it plays out. But there was this something that was not very happy that I couldn't make it to Satsang this easily or whatever. It's not even going to be this year. That actually started stirring up stuff. Like there was a prayer here to just burn everything, and it just came. And you could see like sense of attachment to your physical form, like just being, because since we moved to India, Satsang is all that has been like just I found Uji and then you, and it's always been about Satsang. I'm just speaking what was coming up because it's like, and the kids are growing up, so it's like my life has been only kids and Satsang kids and the family, and they would be in school like from next year all throughout the day, and something's like, what are you going to do in all that time, and everything, like there was never like a sense of achievement or wanting to achieve anything, and then it's like, what are you doing? The world is running behind, it's trying to achieve, and what are you doing? All you do is Satsang. It's like, and I just and all that has been stirring up, and I really never was like an achiever, like even in my job I didn't want to like be something, but I don't know, it's all like I'm just trying to question and again inquire, and there's nobody here, but it just is coming to mind, and I can just see it. I just had to put this out here. Like it's like the world is, doing something every day. What are you doing? All you do is Satsang, and all you can think about is Satsang, and so you don't even function normally anymore these days.
And even this we can inquire into, you see. So it can come that, what are you doing with your life? You're not getting anywhere. All you're doing is Satsang. So can we inquire into this? Because this is very common, isn't it? Amongst the Sangha, all those who are spiritual, the mind comes with this trump card. Look at the world. It is getting somewhere. And where is it getting? Collecting more paper, collecting more plastic. What is the highest you can get? And you ask them, they say, why are we doing this? So that we can be happy, so that we can be peaceful, so that we can be joyful. And when? After they finish running, this treadmill which is running. So after we finish running this treadmill, then we will be happy, we will be peaceful, we will be joyful. And how many have we seen that have got there? That they ran the treadmill, they came to this point of material satisfaction, and then they were just not worried about anything in life. They were just happy. I have not seen even one. I have seen many who have achieved material success, but I have not found one who is now has a peaceful mind, and the mind has said, okay, stop. So what is the highest that we can get? Right? To discover who we are. Is that really the highest? Let's question, because the mind can play this trump card. You see?
Actually, that's true because I don't know anymore. Really, like it started off with not wanting to suffer,
Yes.
and that's gone. Like really, and there's like at a point where I know that I really am not here, and there's still the mind trying to want to. I can just easily see that, as soon as I believe an I thought and something feels like it's come into existence, but really there's nobody,
Yes.
and
Yes.
but still I get into the person's space and I can clearly see I'm in the person's space now.
So the person space is like the pretend space of being the cat. So the cat wants to have a warehouse of milk. Okay? And saying, first build me this warehouse of milk, and then you can do whatever you like. It's fine. Isn't it? That's what it's saying. First let's build this big supply, endless supply of milk. Or let's buy 1,000 bowls of milk which I can have constant access to. And then you just be you. Then you don't have to be a cat. Does it make sense? I know it sounds ludicrous when I say it like this, but this is exactly what is happening. It is exactly what is happening. The pretend person is saying, make me comfortable, then you go your way, do whatever you want, Satsang. Isn't it? Saying at least that, what is it playing on? It's playing on the little bit of doubt. That little bit of doubt, which is that maybe I am a person actually. That little bit of doubt. Because if that doubt was not there, then we would see there is no way that anything needs to be done here. There is nobody here to do anything. But just the prior conditioning, some doubt, something, it tries to play it up.
Something wants to be separate. So
Yeah.
This is the biggest thing. It
Yeah.
wants to be separate.
Yes.
And I immediately ask, separate from what? From my own self.
Yes.
Because that's all there is.
Yeah.
And why do I want to be separate from my own
Yes.
self? Because there is still that doubt that there must be some separation.
Yes.
Otherwise, then there is no need to be special because you're the only one.
Yes.
So there's still that. I still see doubts come, and every time the doubt comes, I have to go and inquire, and it still comes, but it doesn't last very long. I wouldn't say doubts don't come.
Yes.
And there was this I don't want to go to satsang, and I know it's all you're so used to it by now. It's like it's just, the body is just walking, and but
You see, the mind is saying the same old stuff. Don't you have a new story?
even there's just a deeper knowing. It just is coming to burn, and it just has to burn. That's all. It's just like I was telling Abba, there's no other place I want to be except just. It's really, I feel like I'm waking up from a dream, but in the sleep state when you're dreaming, you want to wake up and you're not waking up immediately. You feel like you're still dreaming and you want to. I can't even explain. It's it's so stark that I feel like if I wake up, it's just going to be this. I don't know how to explain this. It's just. I know I'm dreaming. I just know I'm dreaming. It's like.
So in the dream, is the dream character controlling the dream? Who is controlling? So if the dream character is not controlling the content of the dream, although it seems like when you're there in the dream, it seems like, what do I do? Do I go left or right? Why is this dream not getting over? What should I do about it? Isn't it? So these are the thoughts of the dream character. But who's actually projecting the dream? Same consciousness, isn't it? The same consciousness is projecting this. And should you move there or stay here or what should you do? It's not your problem. This is the meaning of surrender. Surrender is not a doing. It is a realization that there is a force which is running this entire play, and there was this imagined identity which was claiming some credit or blame for what was happening in the play. So it's just a realization. Like Papaji said, the master's feet are in your heart. They are your heart actually. How can you leave? The only way that you can seemingly leave the master's feet is to give again belief to the identification with the me. Okay. So when Papaji says don't leave the master's feet, it just means don't go along with this sense of me.
It, like when you say this, it feels like what's left in life if you can't go to satsang. Like it's, I don't know, because it's been like life is just like just a couple of years. It's just been about this, and it's just going to be like so. All that was just like, and there's a deeper trust because even when I moved here, I didn't know you. I didn't know you when I moved into that apartment. Like, and God just brought me to you. Like, God's taking care. It's just there. It's just the mind that is thinking. Still wants to have a say.
Starting right now, don't believe your next thought. That's all I need to say in satsang actually. Just starting right now, forget about the past. Just don't believe your next thought. You say, oh, I believe that one. No, no, starting right now, don't believe your next thought. But this one always comes back. Okay, this one, inquire. Pull it into your inquiry. Who is this thought speaking to? There is no escape. Just with this, don't believe your next thought, and with the recurring juicy ones, pull them into your inquiry and don't leave the inquiry till you come to a conclusion, clarity. Don't go with the simple mind saying, I got it, I got it. I already see it. If something is recurring and seems strong, then you pull it in and say, who is suffering from this? Whose thought is this? Whose belief is this? Until it becomes laughable, you don't leave it. Until the concept behind the thought becomes completely laughable, don't leave it. Then come and show me any form of suffering, any form of. It's not possible. If you don't pick up anything from satsang, anything, just this is enough. Don't believe your next thought, and with the strong, juicy, sticky ones, you pull them into your inquiry till you come to this clear conclusion that this thought is laughable. Nothing else we need to hear also. Then for fun, for joy, we can discuss about the nature of consciousness and what awareness is. So we must let go of our belief in this sense of being separate. And subtler and subtler it gets subtler and subtler. It seems to have these trump cards waiting. Primal fears, and the same stuff, not just in this life, but also I keep saying, isn't it? That when we hear Parvati sharing from talks with Ramana from 1930, people have come with the same questions, the same stuff, for at least 100 years. The circumstances were different, everything seemed to be different, but these questions don't change. What happens to my responsibilities? Am I becoming completely irresponsible? What is, I have an intellectual understanding? Have I really understood? All the questions are the same. Because the mind just has the same old bag of tricks around the same stuff. And we've discussed the bag of tricks, isn't it? There are four key elements to this bag of tricks. We're defining all this very clearly so that you can spot it when it comes. There are just four elements in this mind's bag of tricks. One is about body, state of the body, health of the body. Second is about relationships. How are my relationships? Partner relationship, parent relationship, child relationship, these close special relationships. Third is about money, security, work, responsibility. So this is the third. And fourth is about freedom itself. The search for meaning, freedom, who am I? This also it can put in its bag of tricks. The seeker identity. Any other? Now we say mind has so much, so much. Just these four things. Just different combinations, permutations, combinations of these four things. That's all. So imagine that this is level one of the game. Once you graduate from this level one, you go to the next level where the mind has 8 elements in its bag of tricks, not 4. You have these 4 new tricks that you have to deal with. When you say relationships, money, something is there. You see, which we can't even visualize in this realm. You see, you play Super Mario or whatever, you don't recognize the obstacles which will come in the next level. You see them first time and say, "Whoa, what is this?" So maybe this is just level one of the game. These 4 tricks. Can we keep these 4 aside? Are we done with these 4 or not? What are the 4? I'm becoming school teacher. Full school. What are the 4? I want you all to remember this. If there is something to remember, what are the 4? Everybody is looking at everybody else. Just 4. Now we studied the scriptures. We know the nature of consciousness, awareness, these things now. Just these 4 tricks of the mind. Now what is it? Body. State of the body and the health. Second, money, work, security. Third, relationship, state of our close relationships. Fourth, meaning of life, this freedom, this search, the seeker identity. That's all. We say, oh, life, so many problems, this, that. This is all. Isn't it? So can we say, dear God, I'm done with these 4. You got something new, then send it across. All our thoughts, all our mind games, all our identity just around these four things. That's all. So if you make a rule in satsang that no problems which are related to these four, uh, we'll bring to satsang, then what will we be left with? Just four things we take out. Can we think of a thought which is beyond these four? Yes, these four. Money and security, relationships. Money and security is one, security. Second is relationships. Third is body. And fourth is search for meaning, freedom, self. The seeker identity. Just these four. And everyone comes and they feel I have a special problem. Special. But always in one of these categories. Yeah. And just between these four, we keep rolling.
There's a time in my life where I had this like idea where I was like somehow different and I
Yeah.
like special or something. And then I was like, hold on a minute. It's like I have like the exact same problems as everyone
Exactly.
else. Like my problems are like money and relationships. And that's where I'm
Yes, yes.
like this is like everyone's problem. So actually I'm just
Damn it.
I think I kind of realized that when I first came to the satsang
Yeah.
and then you hear everyone, oh my God, you're
See?
thinking
I shared this story once. We were this bus full of cousins. You know? We were all going on a picnic together. We were going to this place called Tala Kaveri, which is where the Kaveri river starts. So we go into this place in a bus, many cousins, all, and most of us married now. So all with our wives and children, we were in the bus, and some parents also. So one of them started fighting. One of the cousins started fighting with her husband. He said, all of us were there. So they said, what happened? Oh, he's so irresponsible. He always forgetting things. He's all. Yeah. So then everyone says, all the wives say this. So then we went through all of the problems and we realized it's all the same. And everyone thinks they have a unique marriage. And we went through all of it. They all said, oh, we are having a fight. And all the women said, oh, we are having a fight. And when we are arguing, he goes to sleep. He doesn't care. But I want to resolve it. I cannot get sleep before resolving it. All of them said this. And you realize that all this is the same. Just minor, small differences. That's all. So all of us, we feel that we have some special challenges. God has made us a special victim of the world. You see? It's all the same stuff. All the same stuff. So at the end of the trip, we decided that we are going to publish a manual of what marriage is, because it's all the same for everyone anyway.
The ego wants to be special in everything. In suffering also
Yes.
it's special. In everything it's special. It just
It's like one way of holding on to that problem is to think that nobody else understands it, and this is like my problem,
Yes.
and like no one else has the same problem, and then it makes you not want to be able to talk about it.
Exactly. Nobody understands me. Nobody understands. No, everyone understands you. They just don't care. They got enough of their own stuff to deal with. All my friends don't understand me. No, we understand very well. It's the same stuff.
something not liking you right
Is that something we'll never like? It's just coming up. But this one will say, my version of the soap opera is better than all others. See, mine is special. It's fine. And the most troublesome is the spiritual one, seeker identity. Seeker. How much have I got? Have I got it or not? It's so frustrating. I don't get it. Others seem to be getting it. Others are faking it. I am getting it. Such rubbish. I mean, we must get over the seeker stuff. Also, then we are projecting onto the teacher. We are projecting all kinds of things. Either special things. Oh, he knows everything. I don't know anything at all. Why did he say this? He must have seen something in me. He must have seen the future. No, nothing. I don't see any of it. Even if I could, who would want spoilers for this movie? I'm enjoying this movie. The moment is so beautiful. Why I want to know what's going to happen. It happened. To all of us, it has happened. The teacher doesn't look at us one day. He's feeling I'm special, so today he's ignoring me. So nothing like this. Either we want to make the teacher so special that it becomes unapproachable. We say, okay, it's not here yet, therefore I'm not there yet. So that, or we are always poking holes. So we come to Satsang and we say, today, I spotted one more thing I don't like. Today I spotted one more thing I don't like. And we're making this list. We're saying, Ramana wouldn't have done this. Bhagwan would never have said this. How do you know?
You know how I'm about saying you kind of feel like, oh, this is special, no one understands
Yes.
you. I used to feel like that about saying because in my own like circle of people I knew, I didn't know anybody else who could relate to me. So it was always like, oh, just me. It's been really good to go to this big place. When I sit there, everybody it's like, oh, okay, I can actually see that there's others, hear them screaming.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's not unique, and it's just that I didn't happen to personally know anyone. I don't know them either, but it's just it's good to go there every day and see this.
And it's good to come to a country which is so populated, you see, because you'll get enough of a sample for every single kind of thing. India is very good to get rid of specialness. Because the population is so large, there are enough having the same issue, the same trouble, whatever it could be. So anyone with a unique problem that we can add to our list and make it 5 from 4.
Father
Mm-hmm.
or motherly father. That will be the right word to use. Thanks for everything, motherly father. It's all you. There is everything is you. There is only one thing that you exist, nothing else. Thanks, Lord, for everything. Namaskar. Pronouns to you.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear.
Motherly father, actually, I have gone through a lot of all this security, money, all this problem for quite long time, and so Bhagavan said, when you surrender that even that you are surrendering,
Yes.
and I surrendered to you a week back. Okay, and there is a lot of resistance from my ego, right? Okay, or you, there's a lot of ego, but I said my intelligence, knowledge will not going to help, and I surrendered and I became a passenger, and there are a lot of good things happen, right? So things are looking good. So probably don't worry about anything. Just give it everything to you. You will take care. So that's my experience. Just 10 days experience for at least for it. So there is nothing to worry. So that's my experience. When I really truly surrendered to everything, all my problems vanish. So, but it's not to encourage someone to do something like that. It happens on its own. So thank you. Thanks for everything.
Thank you. And remember that if I am the doer, then I am the experiencer also. So don't keep the experiencer also with you. Surrender the surrenderer. Surrender the experiencer. Because the doer and the experiencer are one. So we say that God, you are the doer, or Guru, you are the doer. then Guru is the experiencer also. Otherwise, we are constantly going to be questioning ourselves on the quality of our surrender. Did I surrender enough? Because life did not become better. Prakash, someone else can come and say, oh, Prakash surrendered and his life became better. I surrendered and life is not yet better for me. Did I surrender enough? Like this. So surrender the experiencer also. The one whose life this is also the one who is the doer. So we say Tvam Karta, Tvam Bhokta. Means you are the doer and you are the experiencer. You see? So both have to be surrendered at the same time. And then everything can flow, anything can come. And we are saying you are the experiencer. There is no me here, there is no me left. This is very good.
Thank you, Father. It's only you. There is nothing exists.
Thank you. Shanti had said earlier also that how can it be that so many diverse cultures, so many countries, so many people, and the problems just the same four. They're so funny. This mind tricks all across the planet to all humans, same issues. Until you have made us realize we are nothing inside. We are no thing inside. This play now looks funny. How funny believed and acted on the thoughts we suffered. Then you said, thank you, beloved Guruji, for such a lovely way to help us out to see this real truth. Very well. Aparna, want to come? You can come in.
There's so much fear coming out. Although yesterday I just wanted to say that I don't know what would have happened if I would have not contacted you. It was felt like it was going to be a long night yesterday. Somehow that those things and all, it held me and I went to bed. But morning also was some little bit of peace I had. Like I was there, little bit of peace. The peace was already there, but I was out of that. What was going on, and again when I came to Satsang, it started back again. It's like something is. I don't know what it is to say, Father. There's a lot of fear kind of thing coming up for no reason. I have no idea why this fear is coming up. Even though I know it is, but sometimes it's like you feel like it's overpowering you. It's taken over you, something like that. It feels even though you're seeing that these things are happening and you're out of control. You also feel the same thing. That's why I'm like coming up. Rather, I do it in front of you, then again I don't want to do it myself. And lucky she was sleeping, so I was able to manage. It was really very bad last night, Father. I don't know what is happening here. No idea, Father.
Sometimes these strong energies can be there. These strong energies can be there, and it seems like it is taking over. It can seem like it is taking over. Do you know the simplest way, is if you can laugh at it. I know it sounds a little too simple, but if you can laugh at this energy, you see, because it relies on your fear, it relies on your belief that this is so strong. But if you just laugh at it and say you are nothing, then it does not survive. I know it can be strong, and now it can come even stronger that, oh, you're going to laugh at me now. It can be like this. But together, we will laugh at this one. Because it is nothing. It is nothing at all. It is getting swallowed up in your own fire of satsang. And because it realizes it's in trouble, all these energies, just variants of the same ego, you see, just the ego itself. So when we don't give it the seriousness, when we don't give it that fear, oh, this is happening to me, and know that Bhagwan is here, Bhagwan is swallowing up all of this energetic stuff. So we can also say, do what you want, I am not scared. You are nothing compared to the Sadguru in my heart, you are nothing. So all this energy then quickly will lose its power.
I was also following the video of who says, don't only the mind gets its stuck on the belief, interest, and attention. All the things, the belief and attention was trying to ignore, but there was interest, I think, that I didn't notice all this. So now anything since morning, anything came up, I was not just, I was very neutral actually. I didn't say I was ignoring, at times I did ignore them, but at times it was, I tried to be very neutral. But that was also felt like too much to do because there's like so many thoughts flooding and just going on like that. How much do you think you can keep doing like that? It's, I don't know. I know what you're saying, Father, but it seems I can't do that. I can't laugh at myself. It's something like, I don't know. It's, I don't know what it is, Father. It's very intense. I can feel in the presence this thing coming up. Good, at least it's coming up like that. I feel so disgusting about my own health now. It's like, I can't use the words, but it's such. Tell me once, not like this every day. I can't go through all these things, Father. Not anymore. I've had enough. Whatever lifetimes I have. I can't take this anymore. I don't want anything. Not even freedom. I don't want anything. All my life I've been crying for everything, and now I'm crying for nothing. I don't know why I cry. Always I cry. I don't like crying, Father. I've had enough in my life. Where can I go? I can only come at your feet. I don't have any son anywhere now.
This piece of treasure is
I don't want anything. You can take everything, Father. I don't want anything. Not even. I don't want anything. I don't know what to say. This one makes me laugh now. Thank you, Mom.
I make mommy cry. I make mommy don't cry.
Yes, exactly.
And I give up to mommy.
You're doing a much better job than me. Remember once we played the opposites game? Who was it? Shivani was it? The opposites game is very good because you get two choices. Then you see that I can believe this or I can believe this. It's both the same or nothing actually. So you say, I want nothing, I want nothing. I say it is because you already have everything. You already have everything. Yeah. So which one you're going to believe?
At this stage, I don't think I'm still both.
You become neutral now.
Yes, Father. Because anything is picked up is again leads to something. That's better to be neutral than to take anything.
Yes. But if you do decide to pick up something, then you pick up my version.
What is that, Father?
My version. So when you say, I want nothing, nothing, I don't want freedom, I don't want. So my version is, I already have everything, everything. I have freedom also, I have everything.
I think the reason it felt like that because I was looking for freedom. That's why all these things felt coming up. So when you want freedom, then all these things come.
Yes.
When you don't want, nothing will come up.
Yes. Because if I ask you, show me bondage right now. This is the funniest trick. You see, at least with phenomenal things, you say, I want a car. At least then you say, okay, I got a car. It is made up of atoms and molecules, so I got. This freedom thing is the biggest joke. Because nobody can show me in this moment how they are bound. Just some idea about future or some past. And yet this, I want freedom, want freedom, want freedom. And it can be very frustrating because it can feel like I come to satsang so that I get freedom. But I come to satsang and I don't get anything. And it's so frustrating because I come to get. You see? But satsang is working if this sense of getting is dropping. If it is getting stronger and stronger, that today I must get it. Today I must get it. Then this will become more and more frustrating. You see? If this sense of getting, wanting something, this is dissolving, then satsang is working. Because you realize that there is nothing to get. Everything is exactly as it is meant to be. There is no bondage. Nobody here to want freedom.
I had thought mentally that the desire for freedom also is strong. But somewhere deep down, I think it was still there, Father. That's why all these things is coming up. Just coming up, coming up. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just, I don't understand what is all these things. Because absolutely I have no desire for anything. Father. Everything is dropping myself. But these things again, because out of the blue, nowhere you start crying and you start going through all these things, you feel like, what's going on? You just get, you feel like everything is like waste. You did all these things, whatever was done is like nothing. I mean, you come to that 0 point again. It's like that, something like that.
You see, very often these days I say, don't say that something is coming. Say that it is going. Something is going. You don't know. Don't say it is coming, just see that it is going. This is going. This is going. And then once in satsang, when I was early on in satsang with Guruji, then there was this lady who cried and cried in satsang, cried and cried. She went up on the stage and cried, and she cried and cried. And then Guruji said what? He said, this is grace. Everyone else in the audience is wondering what is happening to her, what's wrong. And Guruji said, this is grace. Let it come and let it go. Let it come and let it go. It's okay. It's not happening to you. It's just a happening. It is not happening to you. There is no you to which it is happening. We can say at best it is happening to God Himself. It is a play of consciousness and God is experiencing it. Because I cannot find the me to which it is happening. When we personalize these things, then it becomes like a problem or something I have to deal with. Oh, why is it happening? Why doesn't it go? You see? Like in the frustration, like you were saying, isn't it? That, oh, just kill me once. Why this over and over? Just kill me once.
They say, no, father, in Canada, they were saying like, who dies every day, nobody cries for them. Like who pretends to die every day, they don't cry. Like once you die, you cry. But every day, who's dying, who's going to bother about? They just ignore it, like something like that.
It's like the cry wolf thing. No? But this is not that. What has happened is that so much conditioning, so many tendencies, all this has been latent. And now in satsang, it's all being, as Guruji says, vomited out, you see. So it's allowed to release itself. And this process, you see, this process of vomiting it out, it feels very unpleasant. But after it is done, it feels better, isn't it? So nobody can say, everyone in this spiritual realm either feels that they are just starting out on the first step, or very quickly they feel they're at the final step. But nobody actually knows how much of this latent tendency is still to be released, or how much of this has to be still, let go of. So don't make any predictions of whether this should be over now, whether it is just starting out. None of this. You see, that's why the devotees, I say, isn't it? The devotees have the best time. And we've been using this bus example and train example. I just got on the bus. Now everything else is the guru's problem. Whether I get road sick or I have a very pleasant journey, all of that is the driver's problem now.
That's right. Actually, only the thing experiencing, I surrendered the surrenderer, but not the experiencer. So, all anything good happening, bad happening, that is all still experienced here. So, it should be Guru's problem also.
Yes. If Guru is the doer, then Guru is the experiencer also. We cannot do half-half. 50-50 we cannot do. And usually in the world it is this halfway surrender. That I surrender to you, but please take care of me. Then what is the surrender? Then there is no surrender.
This always tricks me, Father. I've surrendered to you completely so many times. Still, it feels like this stupid surrender has not surrendered itself. I don't know how most complete surrender needs to be done. I don't know how that has to be done, Father. So many times I've told you I've completely surrendered to you. So what else is there to surrender? I have no idea, Father. Whatever it is, it's you, Father.
Yes.
You take care of it, everything. Thank you, Father.
It's like this, isn't it? We say, I completely surrendered. Then next day we say, no, 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 this was still here. Now this also, more surrender. Just like you say, I love you more than anything. I cannot love you anymore. Next day you say, oh, I love you even more today. Yeah, it can be. This deepening of love, this deepening of surrender, this deepening of devotion. All this is beautiful.
Father,
Yes. So Soham can come.
I wonder if you could help me with a contemplation.
Yes.
It, it came late last night when I was it has to do with attention and whether attention can rest on only one thing at a time. And I guess this came because when I'm like in meditation, you see there's only ever one thought at a time. There's only ever one mental image at a time. If a sensation comes in the body, there's a noticing of that sensation, and then there may be a thought about that. And while it appears that things are happening simultaneously, sounds, sights, smells, tastes, it seems that there's only one at a time. If you really, really look, I don't see how there could not be more than one at a time. And so, if that's true, then either things are arising simultaneously, but attention can only go to one, or there's only individual arisings, and it's happening so fast that it makes you think that they're all coming simultaneously, and thus the world appears, but it's really only one bit at a time. And my inclination is to go with the latter, although it sounds crazy. But just from, it's almost a deduction from meditation, from that experience, to arrive at that, I think. But there seems to be a lot of implication to that.
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't just an interesting contemplation. There's a lot of implication to that. And so when we say that everything is perfect, in the moment, or there's only this moment, it's more true and more I don't know, it's more true, and I can't think of it. I want to say deeper, but that's not, it's deeper than it sounds. And it's deeper than you can imagine. And then, because there's never, and this came clear yesterday actually, there never is a me. I might say I can't separate what is appearing, what is in the seeing from me. That's because there isn't a me, there's only that. And so in every instant, in every moment, there seems to only be this individual arising. And in the next moment, there's the next and the next and the next. And it's like this, because like if you're in I never can remember the name of it, because there's different kinds of samadhis, but whatever you call the one where time and space drop off and there's just awareness. For that to be, then attention has to be solely on awareness without moving. Otherwise, it would be a thought, and it wouldn't be that highest samadhi, whatever it's called. So in that, time and space don't exist. There's only the absolute. There's only emptiness, whatever you want to call it, awareness. And it's so long as attention is awareness and doesn't move, that samadhi lasts. But whatever it is, and I don't know, whatever it is that triggers the moving of attention, whether say a thought arises and attention moves, or it's a simultaneous occurrence at that point, whether, I don't know. But then samadhi's over and you're back into the deal, a little cycle that goes on.
It's very beautiful.
Is that right?
So we can look at this together a little bit because we contemplated this earlier as well. So it's a beautiful contemplation to look at attention itself. You see, it's a beautiful contemplation to look at just this, what I call the force of attention. And we see that although awareness seems to be unlimited with no spatial attributes, no time-based attributes, it seems to be just everywhere and everything, and yet nothing and nowhere at the same time. Yet, the phenomenal play of awareness seems to be this attention, which now has become limited in some way. The rules of time and space somehow have got applied to awareness, and it plays as attention in this phenomenal realm. You see? So I've looked at this very closely, whether attention goes to multiple things or whether it's limited or unlimited. And I find that it is very, very limited. And you find that if I'm looking at you, for example, now, and then there can be some thoughts which come, but when the thought is coming, then it seems like the quality of attention has got diluted from looking at you, and some of it has gone to thought. You see? So although, and this we can discuss more, and I'm open to looking at this more along with you. So it seems like there's a blurry thought and there's a blurry image which is happening at the same time. And now if some third thing asks for my attention, it leads to stress, you see. That's why people are getting stressed, because there are too many demands on attention. So now if I'm looking at you and I'm trying to contemplate this, and I'm also looking at a thought at the same time, and then couple starts saying something, so then attention gets one more demand, and then and it becomes just too much. Then we say it's too much to handle, you see. So although I don't see it like in the way you described it, where just one phenomena at a time, I see that it becomes less clear, and yet there can be multiple phenomena which are viewed at the same time, or not with the same amount of clarity though. So it seems it's there, but clearly it is limited. It is not unlimited, open like awareness itself. You see, and that is why when we play in this phenomenal realm, most beings seem to be stressed out because they say there are too many demands on my attention. You see, this is a beautiful thing that they say without even realizing how true they are saying. You see, many people say this, that there are too many demands on my attention, and that's why I'm tired. That's why I'm stressed. You see, when we check like this, we see, yes, it is limited. It is limited. It cannot go to so many things at the same time. So yes, clearly attention is limited. And it seems to be, so many can also have this experience, isn't it? They're driving home from work and they say that for the last 20 minutes, I didn't even realize that I was on the road. I was just in my thoughts. You see, but a little bit of attention must have also gone to the road. Otherwise, he would have crashed into something immediately over there. And yet, most of his attention got used up by the content of the thought. You see? So
I used to happen all the time driving down the long, straight, no hills, Highway 99 in Central California, driving to school. And I would just sort of come to and think, how did I get to this place? I missed 20 minutes somehow.
The other point you made was about the samadhi, so the nirvikalpa samadhi state. All there is awareness. All there is awareness. So, and some minute sense of being is also present. You see, because otherwise this would just be the sleep state. Even
Yeah,
in
yeah,
samadhi state, then
yeah.
if there was no being at all, then you just go to sleep and it is the samadhi state, right? So in the nirvikalpa samadhi state, it is just pure awareness with a little spice, with a little dose of consciousness still present. You see, which is not projecting anything else. Just the sense, little bit of sense of being is there. So it keeps the sense that there is an experiencer of this samadhi state. You see, otherwise it would be completely like sleep state, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
As you know, I'm not
yeah,
so much interested in samadhi and things like this, because once time and space stops bothering you, then you're not so much wanting to say, okay, I don't want to be in time and space, and you know. So because as awareness, we remain untouched, unmoved, unaffected by all of this anyway. You see.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
fact, it must be this which was the primal state anyway, isn't it? Before this
yeah,
before creation, then this must have been it. And then some primal urge must have come that I want need some entertainment, you know, or being all there is, with no time, no space. Within this itself must have come this primal urge which we cannot understand with the mind, but something which led to the creation of this being, and being is
mm-hmm.
born. And with that, then the whole play of time and space is there. You see? So ultimately, if it is not your will, from the ultimate perspective, if it is not your will, then the projection cannot happen also. You see?
Say that again. You
Ultimately,
lost me.
I am saying that ultimately the projection of this universe, this play of time and space, must also be your will, isn't it? From the ultimate perspective.
Yes. Yeah. I thought you said not.
Yes, and no, it must be your will, because
Yeah,
if you did not want to be entertained in this way, then why would you take the trouble of projecting it in the first place?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, my experience in normal life is just what you said. You know, attention can get dragged from here to there, and it seems to blur. That's why the other sounds a bit crazy. Yet, I don't know.
I see what you mean also with this, because is it that it is getting blurry, or is it that the switching is happening so fast? So there's only one thing at a time, but the switching seems to be happening so fast that both seem to get blurry. You see, so it's also possible that it's only one pointedness, only one
Yeah,
direction, but when we seem to be paying attention to two things simultaneously, maybe it is just switching so rapidly that what remains, it just seems like a bit of a blur, you see, for both things.
yeah, yeah. I guess that's it. I guess I know what I'm saying is that it while it feels like while it feels um, like the whole world arises, poof, poof, once. But I'm questioning that. I'm questioning whether it appears that way because there appears to be a continuity in the individual arisings of sight, sound, smell. You know, if you can't hear it, then it doesn't exist to you. You know, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist to you. So if it is happening so fast, and each of these individual things coming in and out of existence, in and out of, and attention goes to it, and that's and then in that next instant, it's back into emptiness, and there's another. It could appear to be the whole that you see.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's what I'm wondering about.
Yes.
And it's more of a deduction from meditation experience of there can only be one thought at a time. There can only be one mental image at a time. It's not a deduction, it's an inference. That's the right word, I think. I'm inferring it, I think, from that. And it just kind of came to me yesterday, and I'm thinking that could kind of explain a lot. But on the other hand, having it all just poof at once, and then go out of existence and poof up again at once and go out of existence in those same moments makes sense as well. And there's a whole lot more
It's a
believable.
beautiful, beautiful contemplation, because we can also see that this right now is all there is.
Mm.
And the past or whatever happened actually just presumed now. And the future is obviously even more of a inference or a presumption, isn't it?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it could be that all there was projected was this moment. You see?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's beautiful to play like this. It's very beautiful to play like this.
And I guess it really, whether it's all poof at once or whether it's little bits going so fast you can't tell, doesn't really matter. It's still just this instant, just this moment.
But it's fun to contemplate these things, because you see, you can ask a question: is it that attention is the light of existence? You see, is it the light of existence, which means that something exists only when attention goes on it? Or is attention just the light of the perceiving? So you perceive it only, you see, when attention
Yeah.
goes on. So it's a beautiful contemplation. Is it the light of existence, or is it the light of perception?
Yeah. Hmm. No, mine's working. It doesn't work that way. You can't do it when mind is working.
You have to
I'll
look
let
at
I'll let that one sink in and then see what arises later. But it's seems that regardless, just really strengthens the concept of there only ever is what is right now, and there's no history. It's just only right now. It seems to really strengthen that. It actually, concept is the wrong word. It's a concept until you really, really get it. It's no longer a concept. It's really reality.
when you start looking like this, then you might come to this insight, which I feel is so true, but I can never explain, is that none of this has ever really happened at all.
Mm-hmm. I have actually had that. Well, I remember when I first came to the Sangha. I don't know if you remember. I actually wrote that.
Yes?
Nothing more has ever happened. First time I'd had that insight. And then the next day was when the first really big thing happened. And that's it's always been seriously clear now. Yeah, the first time that came with I was in this Samuel Buddhist place. Usually I said there was a buffer in the part you're supposed to be doing the mantra, and I was ripping up the spot. I decided I was just I wasn't even gonna do the I was just gonna sit. And at the end of that, I was just and I sat there and I
View is not so clear anymore.
I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Is it the feedback? Okay, maybe I can mute from here.
That's better. I'm still getting. I'm hearing me. I've lost my left ear here. It's not working anymore. But anyway, the I remember just going, nothing is happening. Nothing's ever happened. And I didn't have it. Well, actually, this nun got up who was doing the puja, and she walked by, and I said, nothing's happening. Nothing's ever happening. And she smiled, and she goes, but everything is happening. And she walked off, and I'm sitting there going, I know what she meant, but still, nothing's happening. and I didn't have this support. I didn't have a guru to just go say, I just realized nothing's happening, you know. If I said that to anyone else there, they would have looked at me like I was mad. And that was in a Buddhist place, you know. Anyway, thanks for going through this with me. I don't know why a lot of things have been, in the last couple of days, I've had these long Skype chats with Priya, and it's like talking to myself. It's really wonderful. And so many things have just sort of cleared themselves up, having this reflection to speak to. And things will start to come out, and I'll see that it's just complete bullshit. But before it even leaves the mouth, it's like it's bouncing off this bullshit detector on the other side. It's bouncing back and going, that's just wrong, you know? And I go, yeah, it's just wrong. And then just stop. And the whole thing about stories has, it's just sort of, every time I start to tell a story, I just kind of stop in the middle of it and go, it never happened. It couldn't have, it never happened. It's all arising right now. This just thought that's arising right now. It's just a story that never happened. And it's so absolutely clear now, and it's so grateful to have you and talking to Priya lately too. So it is clarifying so much, and the confidence in the recognition is growing and growing and growing. Yeah, that's great. Thanks for going through this.
Very beautiful, my dear. Thank you.
Love you, Father.
Love you too. I very much enjoy these contemplations. Very much enjoy. Oh, Patrick had to leave. And then Atma said, Father, I hand over all inquiry to you. It became like a kind of burden here. So take it and take it away from here. No need for that. Yes, sometimes it's clear that there is no inquirer, and yet the inquiry just becomes a conditioning of itself. You have to have a very good nose and smell this question, and you have to smell whether there is a sense of inquirer, and then the inquiry is also dropped because you find that there is no inquirer. And you know that life is so beautiful actually, it will not let you get away with, because if there is still a sense of person, then that button does get pushed. So we don't have to worry so much about this, but it's good to just smell. Yes, I find no inquirer, I find no one here who is doing the inquiry. And then we can say that I surrender this habit, I surrender this conditioning of inquiry also at your feet. And I find no evidence of any personality, any ego. It is here.
Speak, Father, just
Can you say again, my dear? I missed what you said.
just if I can speak, say something.
Yes, yes, of course.
Actually, something is happening now. It's more like it feels like I came to Satsang to you more like an inquirer, somebody who likes to inquire and to go deeper. And now we start here. It's like it's a burden. Even this attention which I have to give to environment, it's like I'm subtracting something here, and it does not come spontaneously. When it comes spontaneously, it has instant insight. But what I see was like a struggle inside me, like there was something here dedicated to inquiry. And then now when I feel that I'm really not able, because if I want to inquire even like this, so I can't concentrate. I mean, I close my eyes, but I lose everything. You speak, but I don't understand anything. So it's not a problem that I don't understand, I don't want, but there is still something here, like it was dedicated to something, to the inquiry, which brought me to this beautiful heart space, and like a child when it's dedicated to father or mother, like even if I don't need it anymore, like I cannot let it go. Therefore I said, please take it away from me, because I don't know how to let it go, because I really feel it's not needed. Anyway,
Beloved Atma, we can't hear you. Hello, dear. We can't hear you.
Yeah, not very clear, not very clear. I'm getting the essence of what you're saying, but the audio is not too clear. But from what I got, maybe something can be said. It can seem like the inquiry itself, when it seems like it becomes a drain on our attention, or it is something which mind itself is saying you must do, or something like this. Becomes like this, but you find that once even this is dropped and attention is left free, if you sense that there is a sense of openness and non-resistance to whatever is appearing, then it's completely fine. But anytime you find a pinch or something getting pressed, some suffering, some sense of suffering or discomfort, then we can just inquiry. Then doesn't have to be like a process. The process of inquiry, it is not even the who. If you don't even get through the W of the who question, and it's done. You see, instant, just instant. It's clear. So we don't then call it the inquiry, because the inquiry seems like we sit down and we inquire, say, who am I? Who is this happening to? You see? But this gets instantaneous, where we just say, just the checking. It's like the question, am I aware now, becomes imbibed. So we don't have to use the word, am I aware now? Just this, you know, just like this is the inquiry itself. You see, like this, what I'm saying? So it doesn't then have the preparation. The rest is the preparation for inquiry. The inquiry is just the looking. So the preparation now is not required because we got used to it. And the question, am I aware now, or who am I? It's just like it's not. It's not that we ask, so am I aware now? Just, you know what I'm saying? So actually, then the inquiry is not dropped, but it is the sense of doing the inquiry which gets dropped. See? Because it just in this instant we checked already. Checked already. Yes. And this becomes the neutrality which we speak about. This then becomes the neutrality which we speak. See, so to check, am I aware now? We don't have to say, am I aware now? You just get so used to the checking that it just to say, who am I? You don't have to say, who am I? I wonder if it makes sense. We are making this, even this hand movement is not required. It's almost 2 hours. Right, you're very close. It's 1 hour 54 minutes.
Just yeah. I just don't believe it, and I don't trust it at all. Yeah. And so it's something I feel like I have to keep control because
What did I say initially? I said before Satsang started, before the broadcast started, actually, we were having a talk, and I said the best feature or something like this of having a guru is that, what is it?
nothing's going wrong.
Huh?
Nothing's
That I know that nothing can go wrong. Everything is the Guru's grace. And I said that ever since I met Mujiji, I have not felt that something can go wrong with my life. So then, like one response can be that this is not there yet for me. I don't have this belief, or I don't have this trust. This is what this is because the other one could have been, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not worthy. Some unworthiness can come like that. So at least to say, okay, I don't have this feeling that now that I'm in satsang with you, it is all your problem.
only like who say, oh, they surrender. I don't know what that means.
So this doesn't come naturally to everyone. Either you go through the inquiry and discover that there is no me, and the presence here is the same Sadguru presence. Therefore, this has been when you see this, and hence the devotion comes as a result of seeing this. Or for some, the devotion comes on its own, and then the seeing happens. You see? So that's why Bhagavan said either self-inquiry or surrender. But in the end, you will have both.
I don't think that's neither.
Yeah, sometimes it can also feel that not even inquiry I'm resonating with, not even devotion I'm resonating with. But then you have to just say, okay, then the presence of satsang has to take care of whatever fire has to be burned. And that's not a stage-wise program anyway. So because the mind will quickly say, but that means you have to first come to satsang, and then you will either become an inquirer or a devotee, and then you will see that both are true. It's not like this. It could be just that in the presence of satsang itself, then you see the truth of, and then you see that all this naturally devotion is present, love is present, surrender is already there because the sense of me is gone. That satsang itself has that power. This is just the fourth problem. It's the freedom wala.
Like I don't trust you.
Yeah. It's okay, it's not a prerequisite. You're here. There are many who might trust me a lot but don't come to satsang. How does it help?
I wanted to share something, but this sense of shame keeps coming. I don't want to say it, but something that happened when I was like little around men, and I feel like that trust is because I see you in male body, and something always is like even when you hug me, like up until a week ago, I feel like my body is like this. Not just you, but anyone. And it's and I can see very. It's not overall. I don't trust, but very subtle, like something that's the part that says no, I can't I need to be like vigilant, like something's always like watching or like monitoring my surroundings.
Yeah. Pink Panther theme going on in the background. It's okay. We don't have to make these things so serious. It's okay because of your past experiences and things. It's okay. So I'm not saying drop all the vigilance and then keep it. It's okay to keep that little bit vigilance. Is fine. You just check into who I am. Check whether there's a me. Don't add all of this to the story of me, because when you add it to the story of me, then every day we're dissolving some part of me, and then every day we're picking up some new sense of the me. So it's a constant process. Yeah. So yes. So instead of that, just if it's playing like some vigilance is playing and something like this, it's okay. Let it play like that. You don't give it to the me. You watch that also and say, yes, this is how it's playing, because in the conditioning of this body mind organism or whatever you call it, it has been imbibed like this. Okay? So it's playing like that. You want that also as a play. Then you don't give it to me and say I am like this.
So I think the thing what I happened was it was saying because it's here, that's like an obstacle, because it kind of like that's what was. It wasn't so much that the vigilance was bothered, it was the fact that I felt like it was an obstacle. It only bothers me in satsang because outside it doesn't.
Yes. Also because your last experiences, it's valid to have this. What I'm saying is that it's like a small puddle in front of an elephant. It won't really get in the way of the elephant when it wants to move. So all the small things when you're doing the inquiry will not really get in the way, unless you give it so much attention and believe that it becomes a big tree or something. So if you give it the belief that this can be an obstacle, then it will manifest as sort of an obstacle. You just say, yes, it's there, this is there, this is there. It's okay. It is not a prerequisite that all aspects of our personality must first be dropped and then we can do the inquiry. Then what is the inquiry there for? You see, it will aid you in all of this. Just stay with the inquiry. Who is the me? Who am I? And as this sense, is this sense dissolving more and more? The sense of the me, of this entity called me.
Sometimes. Actually, I don't.
So the pointing is the same. Don't believe your next thought. And whatever comes recurring, comes strongly again and again, gets belief, you use that into your inquiry and say, who? Who is this? Whose story is this?
I can't find if I inquire around these incidents, I don't find me. I was doing that a couple of days ago. Helped. Button got pushed. But like this kind of an ouch, this sensations I think I want those sensations to go away. Like whatever happens to the body in response. Okay, there's no entity, but something is happening.
Sensation is there, therefore there must be a me. See, because sensation can be there. Is there inference, therefore there is a me, which is wrong. That's just a imagined inference. And if you don't infer this, then it's nothing. It's just sensation. Like right now, there can be some sensation, discomfort. See, it's not attached to a sense of this is mine.
There's also the thought that okay, if I look and each time I look, I see there is no entity, then shouldn't this go?
No. Doesn't have to
That's
go.
the very subtle expectation still there. Something should be different.
No, it doesn't. No, because that's why the great sages have such beautiful examples. Bhagavan had cancer. There was no entity, and yet the body got cancer. And I'm sure there was pain every day, there must have been pain. The sensation continued, irrespective of whether the entity was there or not.
I think I'm looking for a difference, like a before and after. Like, I see this every time I look at it. So then it's like, oh, maybe I haven't really seen it because everything is still the same.
No, but if there's still this sense of a me which is doing the looking, you see, this could be also the trouble. That it is saying, yes, I'm looking. Okay, I don't find the me. Yeah, this guy is still the me.
Yes, that's there.
Just even this.
First time I did the inquiry here, so am I. I was doing it with the eye.
Eye, exactly.
So the eye said, okay, the movement is nothing. There's nothing. It was still that eye. It was saying nothing.
This is a little bit of the push of grace. You see, it's the switch.
I think that's what's happening. Saying, oh yeah, there is no me.
You could say that in Timbuktu it is raining, and this one will say, this is what's happening to me. Very quick to pick it up, you know. This is, yes. No, I've never really inquired. It's always only been the me. Not like this. You don't have to say, it's raining so much in Cherrapunji. Yes, over my house also it rains like this. When I do the inquiry, this is what happens. When my pain comes, yes, this is what If it is always just like this, you would not be here. I can tell you this much.
I want to agree and say yes, I've always been very gullible.
See this one.
Oh my god.
It's like a belief machine. It's on steroids. Belief machine on steroids. You say something, yes. When she said yes. She's just giving meaning the same way we're giving belief. Remember that as simple as it is to pick up, it is just as simple to drop. It can seem like, no, now I picked it up. A lot of work needs to be done to drop it. That's just another thought. Because there is no me here, therefore it is not resting on any stable ground. It's just a group of ideas, a set of ideas. You say already, I see that there is no me. Every time you check, you see there is no me. Every time. Isn't it? So every time when you check, you see there is no me. Then what story can remain? Then you come to this discovery, there is no me. Nothing can happen to that which doesn't exist. What am I so fearful about? Then you say, but this. Then it comes, but this is not acceptable. Then you say, okay, for who? Use that fear inquiry. You see, use these. Don't shy away from them. You say, there is no me. Then who's being fearful? You see, there is still fear about this. Because what could happen to who? All this such beautiful ground for inquiry. I'm laughing because your nose is bright red, right? What do you still feel happened to you? There's still some belief that something happened to me. This is very good. If you can't find anything that happened to you, what are you scared that could happen to you?
I can't say that it feels more like it's a fear that's really, I cannot say I'm 100% fearful something could happen to me now, but it feels like it's just like something that's just
Playing out.
or
And if you don't attach a me to this, whatever sensation, emotions come, then let it just go. It's okay.
Since I got here, I haven't had the sense of fear, like walking around at night and so on. But so I'd walk home at like 9:30 at night on side streets, and it feels peaceful and just perfect. So a few days ago, someone said to me, "Oh, there are parts of Indranagar that are dangerous." So I noticed yesterday I was walking home at 9:30, and I could sense this. It felt so different, like the whole experience. Because I just.
So now we have the lens of.
He said, and it's his opinion on it.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that even if all of this happens, the sense of fear comes, is there a me to which any of this is happening?
I can't find an entity, but it's this body. There is some sense of.
Yes. This body, and it can feel like this body has sensations. And who's experiencing them?
Something is experiencing everything, but I don't know what it is.
Let's discover that. Let's discover this one. And then we can say whether it is warranted or unwarranted to have fear. Let's find out who is it that something can happen to. Yeah, otherwise it just is a set of words. In Satsang is just feel good sessions, self-help sessions. It is not that. It is to discover and that which cannot be touched, cannot be harmed. So anything, even the creation and the destruction of the universe cannot touch me. You will come to this place where you say, I'm not saying in 2 days. You'll come to this place where you see that the whole world can burn, this universe can burn, but I remain untouched, including this body.
I can say that I can't find an entity, but
Yeah.
there is a sense of something that feel it can be harmed. There is a sense. I don't know what.
Yes, so then this sense is felt by who? Who is aware of this sense? Whatever the sense might be. You see, so there's a fear, and who is aware of this fear? Is that also fearful? The one that is aware, is that also fearful? That's what you have to look. See, any sensation that comes, use it for your inquiry and say, who is aware of this? And that which is aware, is it affected by the content of the appearance? Am I part of the content? Am I part of what is appearing? Or am I the witnessing of it? You see, this morning in Bangalore, for a few hours we've not had electricity, at least in our building. I don't know whether you had. So we've not had electricity, so the water heater was not on. So I had a shower in cold water, and I could sense that after the shower got over, this whole body was like shaking because it was cold. You see, it was shaking like this. But because there was acceptance about it, because it was seen that yes, obviously it will shake because the water was cold. So although the body was vibrating like this, but nothing. It was not. It was there was no sense. Oh, what is happening to me? So once there is acceptance that all this movement can happen in the body, it is fine. Nothing is really happening to me. Then it doesn't mean that much. But if we just started shaking like that without a answer which is acceptable, you see, they don't say what's happening to me. So it's just like this with these sensations. Yes, something is moving, and we say this is happening to me. There is no me to which it is happening. It is allowed to move around, jump around, let it vibrate, let it feel pain. It's okay. It's not happening to you. There is no you. And because there is no you, nothing can happen to you. And this must become your living experience. It already is. So don't be so quick to say no, no, no. This also I am not. Something?
Whenever the feeling of surrender happens, one is it feels very nice. When you see that it happened, even
Yes.
you see here, the mind was making both sides. I want to surrender, but I'm not able to surrender. That becomes the subject. But when this happens, this happens, it feels like a dip in honey. But it happened a few days ago.
Yeah.
And it remained like that. That something and was not bothered. When it happened, it feels very nice.
Yes. This is the unburdening itself. See that none of this, no, nothing needs to be controlled. Everything is grace. You need to see this as your own experience, as a happening in your own experience. This is what we call surrender. It's such a beautiful unburdening. And with this, being itself becomes unassociated, just like inquiry. Because now it's all handed over, then being itself stays unassociated. And in the presence of this unassociated being, this sense that it's so full of honey everywhere. Very, very much. Unburdened, unassociated, uncontaminated being. Many times in satsang, this comes these days, no? That why are you so hard on the mind? It comes. Why can't you just accept it? It's also consciousness. Just let's be nice. Let's be nice to the mind. And when you can say, look, that teacher is so nice to the mind. Is so accepting. But for me, when I look at it, I see that this is the unburdening which is happening, and the mind itself will cringe while it is going through it. It's like you're coming to a de-addiction center. You're coming to the rehab. And you're saying, these joints, they're my best friends. Why are we so mean to joints? Let me have a smoke once in a while. How could it hurt? It is the same addiction talking. Same addiction talking. This one keeps us caught up in this thing. There will come a point, of course, where whatever the mind is saying, you laugh at it, or you just lovingly, like a pet, you will treat it like that. It's okay. But we must not be in a rush to say, let's be nice to the mind, and Ananta is too harsh, or in this lineage, they're so cutthroat about the mind. Yeah? So, why are they so? Is it their own mind which is making them so against the mind? Something like this. You just check, where is that coming from? Where is this? Even the other day when the sharing was happening from here, I noticed these words came, isn't it? This misplaced compassion for the mind. We must drop it. It's misplaced compassion for the mind, feeling that, oh, this is also me, it's also consciousness. Yes, yes. It's okay, I'll believe a few things. How could it hurt? It's just the trickster, you see, you have to smell for it. It's the trickster itself which is saying these things. There's no being which is unassociated, not fettered with this, not burdened with this mind, is saying this. course it is consciousness. Of course it is part of the same plane. Of course it arises from me like everything else. But it is the voice of confusion. It is the voice of identification. It is the voice which is constantly saying that you are separate. Don't be so quick to give it your compassion and your once you see that what it is saying is impossible, you see what it is saying is impossible, then you can treat it like a pet. You can give it your love and things like this. It's okay. Be aware of this trick of the mind itself. Yes, why are they so rough? Why are they always talking about chopping and cutting and insect and joker and interpreter and comedian? Why can't they say nice things about the mind? It's also God, it's also God. Yes, I know. Just come to your place of unassociated being. Come to this openness. Come to this openness. Then you will find that there was no talk of any resistance here. There was no talk of any fight here. All that was being said is let it come and go. Let it come and go. Don't believe it. Otherwise, it's just like the alcoholic saying that one peg couldn't hurt. That's also consciousness. Yeah. Yeah. All the drugs, heroin, everything is consciousness. And there's such simple tricks that it plays. It's just these simple bag of tricks. It's so easy to see through. Unless we're really still attracted to getting something personally. Unless we're still looking for freedom as a person. Once we give up on this sense of me because we just cannot find it, then all these tricks cannot work. So in the rehab, sometimes I have to tie your hands and feet and say, no, you will not touch it. Seem like, oh, you're not a nice teacher. We're too strict. Too strict. You're saying that my joint, my drug, my drink is also consciousness. Why are you so strong about it? Like someone was saying the other day that you said to the mind, oh my friend, it felt nice because you said friend. What is this love for the mind about? It's nothing at all. It's just the program which is convincing you that you are an individual existence, an individual entity. just like a computer program. It's not concerned with your love and compassion. You feel, oh, I love the mind so much, and it'll reform its ways. It doesn't. Still attacking and defending. Give it so much love, and then it will become pure. I have not seen it yet. It seems to play that game sometimes. You see, but when it really senses some attack, all it's out the window. Yeah? It plays that game, oh, I'm the purified mind because of my sadhana and practices. So pure, my thoughts are so pure. Let it come in front of some seeming attack, and then you see the true colors. So no need for any misguided compassion for this trickster. Come to your unassociated being. From there, you will find that it's just words, it's nothing. There is no such thing as a mind. It's just these thoughts. There is no entity that you're loving. Just like saying that I'm going to stand on the side of the street and this traffic is going past, and I have to be loving towards this traffic. Why? It's coming and it's going. It's nothing. There is no such thing as traffic. Traffic is just a word we use to describe a set of cars, a set of transportation vehicles. Just like there is no such thing as the mind. It's just a word we use to describe a set of thoughts, these energies. So forget about this thing. Why is he so rude about the mind? Why does he insult the mind? Forget, there is no such thing as a mind. Just thoughts and similar energies. Do you have a song?
Father, I need to go now, so I just wanted to say goodbye. Thank you. Love you.
So between now is 1:30 India time, tomorrow Satsang 11 a.m. India time, we're not going to believe the next thought. And when we believe the thought, then we will not do postmortem about it. Just at that point, don't believe the next thought. And if you find that something is recurring, it's coming again and again, something, then you pull that into your inquiry and you inquire, who is it that it is speaking to? Who is here? And don't give up the inquiry till you can laugh at the content of this thought. Because very often, every day practically, we say these things and then we come up with our own opinions about it and something like this. And we keep coming to satsang and then we hear this thing and we just keep it aside and say, okay, what else you got? What else you got? You see? So we're not going to play this game now. Don't believe your next thought. That's it. Let's see.
I have a sound that.
Yeah?
I have a sound that can sing.
Yes, yes. Oh, she can sing as well? Okay, you can start and then she can sing.
Jai Ma, Jai 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 Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai 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 Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai 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 Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai 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 Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai 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 Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai 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 Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma, Jai Ma, Jai 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 Ma, Jai Jai Anande Ma.
Shri Krishna Govinda Gopala, Shri Krishna Govinda Gopala, Hari Govinda Govinda Gopala. Hari Govinda Govinda. Shri Krishna Govinda Gopala. Shri Krishna Govinda Gopala. Hari Govinda Govinda Gopala. Hari Govinda Govinda Gopala. Shri Krishna Govinda Murali Manohar Gokul Nandana Gopala. Shri Krishna Govinda Murali Manohar Gokul Nandana Gopala. Shri Krishna Govinda Gopala. Shri Krishna Govinda Gopala. Hari Govinda Govinda Gopala. Hari Govinda Govinda Gopala. Shri Krishna Govinda Gopala. Shri Krishna Govinda Gopala. Hari Govinda Govinda Gopala. Hari Govinda Govinda Gopala. Shri Krishna Govinda Murali Manohar Gokul Nandana Gopala. Shri Krishna Govinda Murali Manohar Gokul Nandana Gopala. Shri Krishna Govinda Gopala.
Can you hear me? Anybody?
Let that be eternally absolved.
Yes, I can hear you, but
You can hear me now. Is it okay my sound now?
but not
Not clear. I don't know what happened.
yeah.
Because the now was okay. And yesterday I upgraded to Windows 10. But maybe
Oh,
for
I
that.
can't hear Guruji's singing.
You can hear him.
I can hear you, darling, but I can't hear Guruji singing. So that side
But
of
he's
it.
not here. Yeah, but he's not. His video is frozen now. He left.
Let that be eternally absolved.
I'll,
Where there may arise the thoughts of separation. Let that be eternally absolved. In these bodies, these forms, we only vessels for the spirit of truth. They all interactions that we have. We always find integration.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti, Pujamulam Gurur Padam, Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam, Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa, Mokshamulam Mujiji Kripa. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti, Pujamulam Gurur Padam, Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam, Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa, Mokshamulam Mujiji Kripa, Mokshamulam Anantaji Kripa. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, sarve bhavantu sakina, sarve santu niramya, sarve patrani pashantu, makaschit dukhabhak bhavet. Asato masat kamiya, tamaso ma jyotir gamiya, mrityur ma amritam gamiya. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Brahma Paramastu. Om Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Om Shri Satguru Mujiji Ki Jai.